Hi there, long time no chat. It has been 10 days now since my lecture recital. I'm really happy with the way that everything turned out. It was a great experience. I felt like people really enjoyed it. I got some great feedback. Our groups played well together. Overall, it was a big success. But I wanted to let you guys know about the 10 things that went wrong during my recital day. First, the fire alarm went off at 2:30 in the morning. It was extremely loud. It woke me up. It woke my parents who were staying with me up. Sleep disruption, not fun. Number 2, I almost lost my voice. I woke up that morning and I was feeling sick. And I go to say good morning to my parents who were staying with me. And they're like, "You're losing your voice. Stop talking right now. You gotta save it." So I drank about 4 gallons of tea and I literally didn't say anything for the first 6 hours of the day. Number 3, I got a migraine about 2.5 hours before the recital. If you know me, you know that I get some really bad migraines that can be extremely debilitating and cause me to get really sick and just to not be in a good state of mind and not able to function at all as a human, pretty much. I did catch it really early, so I took my migraine prescription and luckily it did kick in before the recital. Number 4, I got a message from Matt Briggs that he had been in a car accident and his car was very damaged, but he was okay, so that's the good news. Number 5, our recital staff was a little bit incompetent. I showed up about an hour before my recital was going to begin, and the person who was assigned to work at my recital didn't read the directions and brought us the wrong stand lights and not enough of them. And I ended up just telling him, go get the right stand lights because he didn't get it. But he spent the first 20 minutes of that time finding the wrong stand lights. Number 6, the piano tuner showed up 30 minutes before my recital and it's like ding, 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 tuning the piano while we're trying to run through a piece for the sound check. It wasn't his fault, but there's some sort of miscommunication that happens and piano tuners are now showing up basically 30 minutes before recitals, which isn't good. And number 7, we couldn't find the PowerPoint clicker. So it was a lecture, so I had created a slideshow that had all of these text animations and I had a clicker that I would use. And we couldn't find it for like the first 30 minutes and I was stressing out because I'm like, this is very important. Amy, our clarinet player, was the one who found it. She was my hero. Our staff, no help at all. Number 8, the live feed wouldn't work for some reason on my iPad or my phone. Not a big deal, but I just kind of gave up. I was like, not worth fighting. There's too much stuff going wrong. Luckily, my parents did end up catching it and making like a whole live feed of the entire recital. So I do have documented evidence that it did occur. Number 9, our hall staff couldn't figure out how to make the recording equipment work, which is their job. I'm sorry if I sound like really critical of them, but it was just that they really just didn't care. They were unremorseful about like any of the problems that were like all caused by them. They did get it working, but it was after 15 minutes of tinkering around, which leads me to our final problem of the day. Number 10. We started 15 minutes late just because of that recording equipment problem. My recital was only 50 minutes, so that's like a big chunk of time to be late. I was actually ready to start at 2:02. That was what I had in my head, but we had to wait around until they could get the speakers to work. Good news is they did. And then the rest of the recital was so great. It was like all of the terrible stuff that had happened earlier was just gone and we were able to just do a great job and I had my voice was working. So I'm really happy with how it went. It was definitely the hardest recital that I've ever put together, just in terms of all the moving parts. Electronics, I had 8 people involved. I had an artist involved. I had, just the list goes on. slides, lecture, speaking, playing. There's so many moving parts, but I'm honestly really happy with the way it turned out. I'm relieved. And now I'm looking forward to a few other performances in the coming months. So next up for us is Classical Revolution at Ology just in a few weeks. So that will be really fun. We're gonna play Matt Briggs's piece entitled Two again, the one that you guys brought to life. And we're gonna do it at a nice casual setting in a local bar. So that will be really fun. I'm looking forward to some less stressful performances, but really I'm so thankful that everything came together and everyone just powered through and helped me. Those are the 10 things that went wrong at the recital. I hope you enjoyed hearing them. And you can look forward to a Q&A with our composer Matt Briggs next. That should be coming to you before Thanksgiving, hopefully. Bye.